Over 200,000 people go missing every year. That's almost 600 people a day. Just vanish without a trace. People's mothers, fathers, children, friends, neighbors, co-workers, the list go on. And sadly, it is still counting even as we speak. For many, I'm sure the day starts out normal, then turns into the worst day of their lives. With all the movies, books, and stories you hear about people going missing, you just hope that it's never you or anyone you know. Did you ever think that something as simple as applying for a job and partaking in an interview could make you feel like something bad was going to happen afterwards? All these thoughts are going through one applicant's head. Not always making the best choices can lead many people down the road to destruction. But if allocated the time, I encourage anyone to try and do something positive and meaningful with their life. This applicant seemed to have found their calling, realizing that what they wanted to do required more funding than they were going to be allowed to make in the time frame they set. They applied for additional work. Several people called, emailed, did interviews, and scheduled interviews. This one day in particular, an interview was done with a hospitality place. Nothing fancy, but mid-range pricing. The interview was conducted in more of a tell me about yourself and your experience, where the staff wanted to see how comfortable or engaging the applicant would be. They stated except for the fact it seemed the staff was blushing throughout the interview process, everything else was professional, up until the point it became a little awkward. During the course of the conversation, the staff mentioned that they did not make the final decision. There is a process of hiring, and it can take 2 to 3 days before you know something. However, if they like you, they will call you back to fill out paperwork. If not, they won't even contact you. All fair in the job search. Assuming the interview is over, the applicant is about to stand and thank the staff for their time, when the staff member picks up a phone and asks the applicant if they could take a picture of them. The applicant stated that before they could even say anything, the staff member went on to say they like to see who they're hiring. Allowing the staff to take the picture, they said they noticed that the staff had not taken any notes the entire conversation. They thanked the staff and left. Feeling a little disturbed about the situation, they decided to share their story to see if anyone else had had similar experiences. If this was a modeling job, I can see the point of wanting a picture. But this is a blue-collar, low-income, most likely minimum wage type job. No degree needed, no experience needed, but preferred because they will train you type of place. Why on God's green earth would you need to take a picture of someone if you don't have the power to hire them? Why would they need a picture of the applicant to see who they are hiring? Wouldn't they meet them once hired? Would not being hired because of how you look fall under the category of discrimination? The applicant went on to say they did not fill out an application. So other than the picture the staff has and the information left by the applicant, there is no record of this person ever setting foot in the establishment. In addition, with the staff member telling the applicant that they decide in 2 to 3 days, and they will call you, and if they don't, then they're not interested, would not make the applicant want to call and check the status of an application that they never filled out anyways. Can you imagine applying for a job like the everyday average Joe? And because you gave your information to someone, you became the victim of a crime. This is what this applicant is thinking. They have no clue what to think about such an awkward situation. And with this being in a state that has a high volume of people reported missing all the time, I would not blame them for feeling a little on edge. What would you do if someone had all your information for professional use, and you found out later that you became a target because you interviewed for a job? If you don't receive a call back, would you assume it was because of how you looked? All these questions must run through the mind of this poor applicant. Who's to say that this is the first time this happened? This may have just been the first person who actually was brave enough to stand up and say something. What if something does happen to this applicant as a result of this incident? Who would be at fault? What if they did go missing? Would the media do like they do other stories? Dig through the victim's past and make it look like they were a troublemaker or always looking for a payday? Would they slander the victim and make them look to be some lowlife who wouldn't be missed anyways? Would they put on a sad face and broadcast a picture of the person for a week or two and let it die out like all the other people who are still missing? It's so easy for companies just to attempt to silence things, push it under the rug with a public apology, pay off people, or even have them knocked off to keep what they're doing a secret. No one is saying that any of this is the case, but how do we know it's not? Sources reached out to Human Resources Department of the company, and they responded back telling sources that they are not at liberty to discuss the matter. But if the applicant wanted to ask, they can respond through the same email. Why would the applicant ask and give you time to correct this if it's a mistake? Or hire them and fire them later to cover your own skin? This is not how the world works. This could be nothing at all at the end of the day. The applicant could actually get the job. If they do, I do hope they say something about the hiring and application process. If they don't hear anything back within the time frame, I am not sure what would ease the applicant's mind, still not knowing if the picture was truly taken for professional purpose or personal gain. Would you want a picture of you on some staff member's phone? How do you know if it was a company's phone or not? I've been employed by a lot of companies, and not one has taken my picture before they told me I had the job. Not being able to help the applicant with anything but an ear to hear and share a few words of advice, I told them that maybe they should seek a lawyer or law enforcement if they don't hear anything within the time frame. Because you already felt a little nervous due to the entire interview process as a whole. I went on to ask the applicant if they did hear back in the time frame, would they still take the job? The applicant went on to say they would, but they would definitely let them know how awkward the picture before the hire made them feel. Have you ever had your picture taken by a staff member during an interview? Did you get the job? Do you know of someone who went to an interview one day and came up missing?